Yeah. Morning, guys. Yeah, it's Saturday. I just woke up. I gotta go take my car to the shop in like 30 minutes. So yeah, just gonna get ready and head over. After that, I'm gonna like run over to the gym and do my workout. If my car's not ready, I'll probably grab some food real quick, and then after my car's ready, just start working. So yeah. What up, y'all? So just brought my car, so said it'll take about 3 to 4 hours, so gonna run to the gym real quick and do my workout. If my car's not done by then I guess I'll run home, and then I'll edit my video, and yeah. I finished editing like the first draft of it last night, but by the time I woke up, this last like 26-minute video clip like downloaded to my computer. So yeah, I'm gonna try and sift through that and then see what I can add to yesterday's vlog, and then yeah, upload it. So cool. Alright, I'm gonna head out. Peace. What up, y'all? Cool. So this day of the workout. So yeah, did chest and back again, and then did a little HIIT exercise afterwards. Battle ropes, 12 sets, 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off. I'll do like a body profile check when I get home, but first I'm going to go ahead and grab some breakfast. So cool. Alright, peace out, y'all. Yo. Bomb. Living the real Cali life. Got an acai bowl for breakfast, and after the gym I went to go grab some bread too, and like bro, there's like no bread at the fucking grocery store. It's really annoying. But I was able to find like one loaf, so we're good. But yo, it's like literally empty in there. It's crazy. Like there's no produce, there's no like orange juice or milk, and like yeah, it's weird. One of the weird things that's run out though is alcohol. Like yo, people really be alcoholics out here. People stocking up on all the beer and liquor. That's crazy. Alright, cool. Gonna eat. Peace. Finally home. JB opened the door for me. Thank you very much. Because I don't have keys. Oh look, JB's in the background. Look at that. Yeah. Alright, just gonna do a quick profile check, and then I'm gonna go and take a shower. Hi, I was wondering when you guys restock on produce and meat throughout the week.
There's different days.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, today we got our grocery, produce, and meat load. Tomorrow we get more produce, and then Monday and Tuesday should be all the loads.
Okay, and all of those you mean both produce and meat?
Like meat department, grocery department, produce department, mainly everything.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I was just checking because I don't want to go to the store and see everything, you know, like scarce or like sold out because so that's about it. Happening. Just yeah, did chest and back, and yeah, that's about it. So I called the shop, and they said that they just started working on my car, so I still need to wait another 2 to 3 hours. So I guess I'll finish adding the extra part to the video, and then maybe if there's still time, while I was walking home, I sent in some applications for some auditions, and then yeah, I guess if there's still time after I finish editing, maybe I'll watch another movie, and then yeah, cool. All right, peace. Laundry, folding my laundry. Yo, what's good? So yeah, just folding up my laundry while I wait for this video to finish rendering, and then also for my car to finish being worked on. Hopefully it'll be done soon, but they said 2 to 3 hours, and that was about, I want to say about like an hour and a half ago. So we'll see. Oh no, maybe that was yeah, that's about like 2 hours ago. So hopefully it'll be done soon. But yeah, what did I do for 2 hours? Oh, I edited this video for an hour about but yeah, so just going to fold this up, and then hopefully my day will be starting soon. So yeah, all right. Oh, also I I got an email for an audition I was supposed to have, but they postponed auditions because of coronavirus stuff. So yeah, that's a bummer. So they said they're gonna postpone it until April for now, temporary date. But yeah, there's a possibility it might be longer depending on the situation. So please, coronavirus, be done soon. It's tough on me financially, so yeah. All right, cool. Okay. Yeah, just gonna finish this up and keep on going. All right, peace. Well, look what we have here, Mr. DJ Roomba. Trying to grab a drink? Huh? You little alcoholic? What you doing? Oh, you wanna fight? Oh, you trying to fuck with me? You wanna fight with me? Oh, hell nah. Nah, you ain't coming here. That's right. Oh, shit. Bro, you're such a savage. What? God damn it. It's fucking savage. He just freaking kicked me. He's like, get the fuck out of my way. I can't. Better run. So it's 2:20 about, and still haven't heard anything about my car. So yeah, I dropped it off around 9 o'clock. It's been about 5 hours. Man, this is rough. I don't know. It should be like done soon. So I'm not gonna watch a movie because I don't think there's time. But I am gonna eat lunch, and yeah, just finished. The video should be almost uploaded soon for episode 6. So that's dope. So I mean, at least I got that stuff done today. But I'm gonna eat, and then if I have a little bit of time and they don't call me, then I guess I'll write for the rest of the day until they call me, and then I'll start working. So cool. All right, y'all. Peace. Ooh, bomb. I know it's not a lot of meat, but got some pork over here with some pasta. Yeah, just like leftover stuff. So yeah, I had this pork in the freezer since December, so I think it should be okay. Yeah, I hope. We'll see what happens. Cool. What do you think? So, first note, I noticed that in the last vlog that I am, like, my angles are not the greatest. And like it's a lot of just like my chin or like my nose to my eyes, so try and like fix that. But yeah, so I just need to make sure I get better angles. It's funny too because like JB complimented me yesterday. He's like, "Yo, your angles are great, like surprisingly. Like how do you do that in just one shot?" And then boom, yesterday all my shots were like terrible. So yeah, I was watching in one of these American Idol audition videos. Damn, I can't remember her name. But this girl was auditioning, and she has a beautiful voice. She sang an Etta James song, and she was also pregnant. I forgot how many months pregnant, but like she was like just about ready to give birth. But in her audition, she spoke about how she was putting up her child for adoption. She already found an adopted family, and I guess they said something about like an open adoption. So she's still gonna be present in the child's life. It's just she's not gonna be the one raising her, raising the kid. So, and she said the reason why is because like she's only 23, and she realized that she can't give the financial support for for this child to have a good life, because she also grew up not having the greatest life, and with tough challenges in her own home. So she wanted to make sure she gave her kid a better life, and I thought that was amazing. That's a beautiful thing, because there's so many other options, alternatives for when you do have a kid, right? And there's better routes to do it than others. And I thought that this was a very beautiful story, kind of highlighting the other options. So, because there are certain situations where I understand. There's a lot of different types of situations where I understand where you wouldn't want the child to be born, and I get it, and adoption is a great route in certain situations, but I think doing it the way that she did, where she found a family that she liked and kind of did like sort of like profiling. It's kind of like with Friends, when Chandler and Monica, they figure out they can't have a baby, and they do all these interviews and stuff like that. A pregnant woman putting up her child for adoption, and I think it's really nice if you can kind of have the sort of interactiveness with your kid, but giving her giving the kid the option of a stable life, so that they can grow in a better environment, because kids are very innocent. Babies are innocent. Every kid has an opportunity in the world to grow and to learn, right? And nurturing that kid to become a good member of this world that we live in is it's amazing. And there are people out there who really who don't have the opportunity to have a kid, but can be really good parents. So yeah, just keep that as an open mind. I know in the future that I do eventually want to, when I am in a more financially stable spot, I do want to have my own kids, but I also do want to adopt kids. And it all stemmed back from, we had a public speaker in middle school who came to speak to us about affecting change in our lives and the people around us, and that our words and our actions can mean a lot to other people, whether you use it in a negative or a positive way, and hopefully a positive way. But he has his own family. He has his own family, and he has his own kids, but he also has kids that he's adopted, and he's helped those kids to kind of have a better life and better opportunities. And there were the trials and tribulations for sure, but the love that he showed equally for all of his kids kind of helped to nurture a good spirit in a child who kind of felt like hope was lost. So yeah, that was a very beautiful thing that I heard when I was in middle school, and it affected my life. And I remember that, like, when that happened, I decided that in the future I do want to adopt a kid, as long as I can financially afford it. Yeah, it's something I would want to do. So yeah, because kids are the future, man. Kids are going to be the next generation of leaders, as people say all the time. These are the people that we have to pass on what we've learned, so that they can create a better future for their next generation. It's not just about our kids, it's about the future generations, and trying to create a better atmosphere so that everyone in the future, like your kids, your grandkids, your great grandkids, the generations after that, can live a fruitful and a happy life without as much of the problems that go around right now in our current lives. So it's a very idealistic way of thinking, but it's not about what we see in our future. It's not about what we see in our 80-year lifespan, because our lives are only so short. But in those 80 years, if we can do something, 80 years is kind of like, I think, average, but in those 80 years, if we can do something to help the next generation thrive, right, then it's a snowball effect, and we can keep growing as a society, and eventually just have the peace of mind that there's a better future for the generations to come. So we only play a small part in this world, and we need to help our world become a better place. We have to do our part. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. I'm just gonna eat this food, and then still waiting on the phone call, so see what happens. It's almost 3 o'clock, so yeah. Alright, love you guys, and peace. Yo, so one of my cousins had shared a video from USA Today, and it was talking about the current rise in microaggressions and aggressions towards Asian people and Asian Americans because of the coronavirus. And it's terrible. It's like, people need to do a better job of informing themselves, of doing research of what causes these types of diseases, because these diseases don't come from a race. Because if it did come from a race, then why are other people as well getting infected? It's not just unique to one race, and it's people just want to find an excuse to blame things and to make their lives easier, to make themselves feel more secure, instead of doing the work to research the facts behind things, and it's not just with this coronavirus, it's with everything. People are always making assumptions about one general minority group or one general group, without actually trying to figure out like the basis behind things. And it frustrates me because people of Asian descent are really seeing it now, really facing these microaggressions in a larger scale, and aggressions in a larger scale. And it's it's stuff that other minorities have been going through for a while, and it's just really frustrating to see. Like, growing up, I'm Asian, I'm Filipino, and then I have Chinese blood in me as well. And growing up, I don't look like I guess I don't look like your stereotypical Asian, but I am Asian. But most people think of me as a Hispanic, Latino, or as most people back where I grew up would describe me as a Mexican. And growing up, I faced a lot of the challenges that Hispanic minorities face on an everyday basis. And I only saw it on a small scale because once people figured out that I was Asian, they treated me completely differently, which is terrible, because we were the model minority in the past, and it's terrible what people have to go through just to live their daily life. I remember my family, after we moved out of our apartment and moved into a house, we lived in a very nice place, and my dad would have me and my brother mow the lawn, do like house chores and stuff like that, and just to kind of like keep us grounded and like to kind of like humble us, and also to teach us how to do all of these things that we would need to do in the future for our lives. And I remember one day I was mowing the lawn, and like someone was driving past our neighborhood and asked me if I could mow their lawn after, right? And I was like kind of confused, and I was a kid at the time. I think I was like 12 or something, or like maybe even less. But I was just like, okay. I was like, I didn't really think too much of it, but I knew at the time I didn't want to do more work because I was doing this because my dad told me to. So I was just like, oh, actually, I live here. This is our house. And the person responded to me with, oh, you guys live here. How can you afford this place? And that kind of struck me. And I was like a kid, and I didn't know how we could afford it, but I just thought we were like everybody else, and granted, all of our neighbors, most of our neighbors, a majority of our neighbors were all of Caucasian descent, and we were kind of like the only like physically colored family there. And to hear that at a young age was very strange. And from then on, I started noticing it more, noticing the way that people would treat me because they saw me as a certain type of person, and just by making those assumptions, it really hurts, and it really doesn't make you feel good about yourself and your position in this world, and it's a terrible feeling to go through. And now with the coronavirus and what's happening with a lot of Asians and Asian Americans, like I know that I've had passengers before who are of Asian descent, and they would thank me for picking them up because Uber drivers that they would order would see them and cancel the ride right away because they were Asian, and like, look, I get that people want to stay safe. I get that people want to have some sort of security for their health. I get that, but please be informed of what's going on. Don't just outright think that because of a way a person looks that they're gonna have coronavirus, because you could never know who has coronavirus. So just do your best to stay informed, and the best thing you can do is like stay healthy, keep your hygiene up, and now with like a lot of things going on, like the social distancing of large events and everything like that, but don't just go out and like accuse people of having a disease that they don't have. It's very frustrating. It's okay. For example, right? If you're a Caucasian male, right? Or a Caucasian person. If you're a Caucasian person, right? And someone were to call you a racist just because of the way you looked, right? How would that make you feel, right? I've heard this from other people, like people in my frat, for example. Like, I've asked that question, and then they were like, oh, well, I wouldn't feel bad because I'm not a racist, right? I'm like, okay, sure. One time, right? Yeah, that happens to us one time, right? Like, someone calls me Hispanic. I don't mind it. It's fine because I know I'm not Hispanic, but, it's a misconception for sure. But imagine someone calls you a racist every single day for the rest of your life and doesn't even give you a chance. They don't even give you a chance to justify yourself. Imagine that. Now that's what a lot of other people have to go through every single day. Just because of the way that they look. Whether it's gender, whether it's ethnicity. even whether if it's because of certain things that they believe and they have to wear physical things. Like, just from an observation, you feel that you have the right to accuse somebody and to isolate somebody and to insult somebody, you know? It's terrible. Now, I have a lot of, Caucasian friends, and I know that they're not racist people, because racism is a concept. It's not something that belongs to a person. It's not something that belongs to a certain ethnicity, Just like how this disease does not belong to a certain ethnicity. Just like how poverty doesn't belong to a certain ethnicity. So please, do your best to be more informed about your situations around you. Because you don't know how many people you can be affecting with the words that you say. All right, that's all I have to say about this. And all right, have a good day. Bye. Yo, so just finished, or just got a phone call from the auto body shop, and we're good to go. 5:30. Yeah, by the time I pick it up, it's gonna be like 6 o'clock already. And my roommate, his car broke down. Well, his car didn't break down, but he got a flat tire and he doesn't have a spare, so I have to go and help him out and pick him up now. And then I guess we'll grab dinner. But yeah, I guess today's gonna be an off day. I can't believe it took this long. 9 to 5, basically. It took about 8 hours, and they told me like 3 to 4 hour estimate, so yeah, twice as long. But it is what it is. Hopefully I don't get charged for like the extra hours of work, because I can't afford that shit. 8 hours, I can't afford 8 hours of fucking work. But yeah, yeah, I'm gonna go pick up the car now, and yeah, and then pick up JV, grab some dinner, and then I was able to write a fair amount. Like, my goal is about 3 pages a day to write, but I was pretty consistent with that before, but now, like, with my scheduling being off, it's been kind of tough. But I'm trying to get back to 3 pages a day, and I was able to get my 3 pages today, which is dope. And yeah, so cool. Yeah, I guess for the rest of the night, probably just watch a movie and then do some script practicing, some acting practicing. So cool. All right, peace. What's good, you guys? So got my car back, but have all of these codes that they didn't clear, and they said it was because their electronics guy didn't. He had his shift was over by the time they finished my car, so they told me to come back on Monday just so they could clear the codes, but they said my car's okay. But it's pretty annoying, so I guess I'll be doing Uber Eats for the next day until they clear the codes. As you can see in the background, JV got his car towed to the house, so we're 2 boys with some car shit going on. So yeah, yeah, is it? Yeah, let's see. Look at that, JB. Car shit be happening to us at the same time. Wild. But yeah, so it's a little frustrating that they had a little delay on that for my car, like, and I don't want to drive any passengers because I don't want them to feel uncomfortable with all of these codes on my car. So because you can see the lights on my dash, so it's like, yeah, so I don't want them to question like the integrity of my car, because my car is working perfectly fine. They said it is drivable, and I mean, I don't hear any rumbling in my car anymore, which is nice. So yeah, but frustrating, man. Cool. JB ordered some dinner for us, so I'm excited for that. We got some Thai food, so yeah, waiting on the Thai food, and then gonna watch some anime with JV, and then I'll probably watch a movie, writing and acting, or I'll do all of it. So yeah, we'll see. I might, instead of watching a movie, depending on how late it is, I'll just do the acting exercises and the writing. But I'll try and fit in all of it. So yeah, cool. All right, peace out, guys. Bomb. Look at this Thai barbecue. Ooh, let's see it. Ooh, bomb. Ooh, shake it.
Bomb.
And my hero, damn, lit.
This is our
Saturday nights.
We ain't clubbing.
Ooh, no clubs.
Instead of spending money on girls and liquor.
Spend money on anime and food.
Yes. That's the life, man.
That's the life. Yo, what's good, guys? So, I just read this post on Facebook that someone had posted about coronavirus, and that if you drink warm water with salt and vinegar, that it will eliminate the virus from your body, right? And it's like in the meme format, right? And I get that people are trying to spread positive information to other people, right? And I get that you're trying to make those around you feel comfortable, but please do your research and look up the stuff that you're posting, especially if it's about things that are relevant right now, before you post it, okay? Coronavirus is a virus, right? It's not a bacterial infection. So it can't really be fought except for through your immune system, right? Viruses are only fought through your immune system because they affect your DNA, right? And there's no solution right now currently that can fight a virus while it's infecting your body, right? So if you're sharing this meme about solutions to cure yourself, like immediate remedies, home remedies to cure yourself of coronavirus, please do not listen to them. You can use the advice to relieve your pain, right? Because these are all pain relief methods, and that's fine, right? But don't mistake that pain relief for being cured, because a virus can last in your body for a while. And if your pain is relieved and you feel that you can go outside and associate yourself with other people, you're risking other people of getting infected because you didn't fully cure yourself, you didn't fully heal yourself. You know, it's like if you have let's say you have a cough, right? You have some sort of like a strep throat, right? Let's say you have strep throat, right? And you decide that if you take a cough drop, then it's okay for you to go out and associate with other people, right? But in all reality, just because you took a cough drop, it just means that the pain is gone, but it doesn't mean, and the cough is like subsided, but it doesn't mean that you're fully healed from your strep throat, because a cough drop does not heal that. It just relieves the pain. So please do your research before posting any of these articles. I get it, you want to spread positive information, but please spread positive, real information, okay? Because what you're doing can affect somebody's life. And even if you mean to be positive, being ignorant of the real facts can be a negative impact on somebody, else's life. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. I'll put a link to like some scientific articles that can tell you a little bit more about viral infections, all right, and what you can do, if you have viral infections. But it's what most people have been saying about reducing contact and keeping up your general hygiene. Like, those are very real things, okay? But please do your research, okay? I'll post some links. Cool. All right, I'm gonna go watch a movie and then read some lines afterwards for acting. Yeah. All right, peace. Peace out. Yo, so the movie I'm gonna be watching tonight is Taxi Driver. I know it's an older movie, but I've never seen it before. And I've heard a lot of really good things about this movie. I actually was watching, I think an interview or a roundtable interview of Todd Phillips and about him creating the Joker movie. And one of the inspirations for the Joker movie was Taxi Driver, I believe. So yeah, I kind of wanted to give it a watch just because I've never heard this movie. I've never watched this movie, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. So yeah, and I'll do a little review on it afterwards. So cool. Maybe I'll put a little disclaimer here. I'll put like a little break. But yeah, if you've never watched Taxi Driver and don't want spoilers, then yeah, just skip the next part. Cool. All right, peace out. So I just finished up Taxi Driver. Cool. Yeah, it was a really good movie. Very I was not expecting it to be such an artistic film, but it was, and it's I really liked the way that Scorsese used of background actors, and his selection of them is very interesting because it really sets the mood of the movie, and you really feel like you're in New York. He does like a really good job of finding actors to really portray these backgrounds. Even just like the people walking in the background are very, very New York. It's very different to see, I feel. Even though De Niro is the main character that you're following throughout the story, I feel like because of the background actors, it makes everything more real. Like it's a world that you're involved in. Even though it's based off of like New York, it's like it's a real world. The writing is really good too in that movie. I don't really know De Niro to be much in the comedy. I know he's done comedy movies, and he's great in them. But I know him more as a dramatic actor, and I think when you have great writing, the comedy comes out. And although there's not a lot of it, I found myself laughing at like some points, especially in the beginning, just because of the writing alone. The story is very interesting. It's about like a contradictory man, and he's very like, it's like it really exemplifies ignorance, as well as self justification, and like pride, because the character, he's very contradictory to things that he says. For example, he's complaining about the filth of the streets, of what's happening, and especially in the nightlife, because he's a taxi driver and he sees it all. But he doesn't realize himself that he's one of those people. He's complaining about these people, but he's just like them. He's going to all these like dirty movies, even though he's not doing exactly the same things. Like, he doesn't do the drugs, and he's not hiring prostitutes. Like, he does basically everything that everyone else is doing, but on a smaller scale that escalates towards them. and there are people that try to highlight that sort of ignorance to him, but he doesn't really see it because he feels so justified and righteous because he thinks that what he's doing is right, and the only thing I'd say, I thought it would have been the ending would have been like perfect if it ended with the shootout, but it's still a good ending. But I feel like giving him the justification at the end, that like everything kind of blows over, and he's seen as like a hero for taking out mobsters, even though his reasoning was not it. In its own way, it's kind of like he was trying to be a hero, but it was a very self-righteous way of being a hero, and it's kind of similar to like I felt like he's kind of like a possessive person, and similar to like his first relationship with Betsy in the beginning, where he doesn't like the coworker and doesn't feel like he's like a good person. He kind of feel like he's a little untrustworthy. It's kind of like the same thing when he's dealing with this young girl at the end, Jodie Foster's character, Iris, and her pimp, and he just kind of wants to take her away from all these other people, and he ends up doing it, but because the other people are bad people, they're pimps and gangsters, it's seen as heroic, so it kind of blows over, and at the end you can see that he has a change of character and he's a little bit more lighthearted, and maybe it's because all he was looking for afterwards was the action to do something, and the fact that he did something and accomplished something, now he feels like very humbled. So at the end you can see when he meets Betsy again, he's very calm, and he's not as pushy and stalkery as he was in the beginning. When he sees her again, he kind of just like lets her go. So it's an interesting progression. I just think I would have liked it better if the ending kind of didn't give that justification, but it makes the movie like a little bit lighter. But I know it was a different time. The movie came out in the 70s, but observing it now, it's kind of like, well, if a minority had done the same thing, right, it would have been seen as like gang violence or something like that, but because it was a Caucasian person, he's seen as a hero, right, even though his reasonings are very selfish, and it's not like he was threatened. He just goes out and like kills all these people, who are in his way. So he basically just went on a murdering spree, but he gets seen as a hero. So I thought that was a very interesting undertone, and I don't know if that was on purpose. Maybe he was trying to highlight that, even back then, especially back then, it's easier to get away with these types of things if you're a Caucasian male, so, but yeah, that's just my thoughts on that. I did see a lot of parallels to the Joker, and I see why Todd Phillips, really found a lot of inspiration from Taxi Driver. And you can definitely see it from like the costume design to certain scenes to even character resemblances between Todd Phillips' Joker and Martin Scorsese's Taxi Driver. So but overall, I think I would give the movie, I'd say I'd also say a 7 out of 10. Just because of like a 7.5. I'd say a 7.5 out of 10. Just because I don't know how I felt about the ending. So yeah, it did make me think. But yeah, I felt like maybe if the ending had been cut a little bit shorter, it would have been an 8 out of 10. But I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Yo guys. So yeah, just gonna edit this video and end my night. But yeah, today was a unplanned day, but kind of went with the flow. So went to get my car fixed, and I took the whole day basically from 9 to, I dropped it off at 9 in the morning and then got it back at 5:30, 6 o'clock. Well, I actually took it out of there around like 6:20 because there were some other problems that like they couldn't clear the codes and stuff, and it took them a while for them to explain that to me. But yeah, so got that dealt with. So I won't be driving regular Uber for a little bit basically till Monday. Just doing Uber Eats because I have all these codes on my car that aren't cleared. Even though my car is safe to drive, I don't want people to be worrying about that stuff in my car. So yeah, I was able to work out, which is good, and then I did a lot of acting stuff. So applied for some applications for auditions, was able to do some writing, and then was able to watch a movie. So that's all good. Just learned that my class for next week has been postponed due to coronavirus stuff, so not gonna have acting class next week, which kind of a bummer, but it'll give me some time to like focus a little bit more, I guess, on making my money for my bills. Yeah, because I'm gonna have my student loan payment on next Sunday. Yeah, so yeah. Other than that, that's basically it, you guys. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Love you guys, and have a good night. Peace.